In today's gospel passage, Jesus turns the huge crowd by saying, "If anyone comes to me without hating his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple." We may be shocked as well by such words, and in particular, the use of the word hate being applied towards one's parents. It looks contrary to his own teachings about love and respect for parents. We should note that the word hate is a Semitic expression not to be taken literally. This is made clear in the parallel passage from Matthew. Whoever loves son or daughter, father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. In short, the disciples' family must take the back seat in favor of his total commitment to follow Jesus. This is not to say that Jesus is encouraging his followers to abandon the family. But what is clear is that for those who want to be part of the mission of Jesus, they have to give themselves completely and unconditionally. And where there is a conflict, the call of the gospel should take precedence over personal and family attachments. Jesus, therefore, is just giving his listeners a reality check. It is easy to say, "I want to follow you, O Lord." But before saying so, one has to know what it really means and demands. First, he must make the Lord the first and absolute priority in his life. This is the meaning of hating one's father and mother. Second, the cross is a necessary part of discipleship. No one follows him without the cross. Each one must be willing to undergo some amount of sacrifice and suffering for the sake of the gospel and God's kingdom. Such is the price of discipleship. Anyone who intends to follow Jesus must think that over seriously before making any decision. The two parables in the gospel illustrate this point. It is like a man who is building a tower. He has to make sure he has enough budget and resources to finish it. Otherwise, he could be ridiculed by those who see his unfinished project. It is also like a king going to war with another king. He has to make sure his military capability can match that of his opponent. If he thinks he cannot win, then as early as possible, he has to make negotiations for the best terms of peace. Following Jesus is indeed quite demanding. He expects nothing less than full commitment and unconditional obedience, even to the point of self-sacrifice. But this should not scare and make us waver. Rather, let the certain promise of the heavenly rewards continually inspire us to follow the Lord, regardless of the consequences. In fact, St. John Vianney said, "You have less to suffer in following the cross than in serving the world and its pleasures."